Good evening to this rainy, beautiful night. Welcome to tonight's Economic Development Culture Meeting, November 21st at 6:31. We will begin as per our procedures. Next slide, please. Hold on, let me just box it up. Ground rules, no one may speak until granted the floor. CB11 members, if you have a question about board business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand. Wait to be recognized. So raise your hand through Zoom, click the participant item, you will be find the raise hand function there. Members should not engage in the back and forth discussion. The chair will recognize the next person to speak. Please keep your questions or comments brief and on topic. To the discussion, members of the public, if you have a question or comment about the subject on the agenda, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. Call to order, your roll call.
Jose Alvarado,
Here.
Mark Bagursky. Marcel Bondino,
Present.
Samantha Pedro.
Present.
How do you say that?
Pedrero.
Pedro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Eugene Rodriguez,
Here.
Vincent Torres. Jenny Chomsky. Anne Marie Vasquez. Nye Whitaker,
Here.
Charlie Wolfoff. And Jason Wolf. You don't have form, you need one more person.
Okay, so we'll wait for one person to start. Let's pause the recording for now. Or we can continue to.
Timing.
Theater district. What will it take to create this theater district, the costs, the potential, the opportunities? So we started off with a visioning session that happened a couple of weeks ago. And in the visioning session, it was to hear from the artists and the cultural institutions on what they're looking to see, what they wanted to add, what are some of the challenges, and what did they think are some of the opportunities. And we have another session in December for the group. Just to what's been happening is the consultants who are working to create the feasibility study, they've been interviewing like National Black Theater, El Museo, Museum of the City of New York, the Taino Towers, and they've been interviewing them to see what any space requirements that they have, any programming needs, any infrastructure, things of that nature, so that they can compile this data and put it into the feasibility study, so that hopefully the goal is once this feasibility study is done, we hope to look for resources to potentially execute what the ideas and thoughts are behind this study. So I think that's it, pretty much, but I'll send all of this stuff in an email to you, and as well as get you some maps and bags so you could give out to anybody who stops by the office. Thank you.
Do you have any questions, Michelle?
Nye has some members.
Nine? Nine?
Hey guys, sorry, not feeling well. I just had a quick question. Hi, Michelle, how are you?
Good.
Good. I'm just curious. There's always been a little bit of a separation between all the Fifth Avenue museums and our community. So I was just curious if there's a list somewhere that's publicly available of which arts and cultural institutions are participating, and if it's covering the full length of our community, right? So from, I'm thinking Classical Theater of Harlem, which participates in Marcus Garvey Park, all the way down to, the lower part of Fifth Avenue. And so I was just wondering if there was some sort of list that was available of all of the arts and cultural institutions that are participating. That way, if we know of others that may not be, we could help and facilitate their participation in this discussion.
Sure. So it's actual theaters and not just cultural institutions. So it's National Black Theater, El Museo del Barrio, Museum of the City of New York, the Taino Towers, And we're trying to work with EDC to get Julia, to get inside Julia, to talk to someone with Julia, but we're not there yet. And I think
So is
out
classical theater there or no?
no. So
So
these were
classical, sorry, go ahead.
so these theaters, we reached out to, we send out a message before we received the grant to let them know there was this grant available and this was our thought. So we reached out, we sent out an email probably like a year ago, a year and a half ago. And these are the institutions that responded. And so they were written into the grant. And so that's who'll be included in the feasibility study.
So if there's a theater in our district that's not included, I'm sorry for the follow-up, I just want to make sure I clarify. I took a Theraflu, so forgive me. Classical Theater of Harlem uses the space in Marcus Garvey Park, you know, all year round. And so if there is a theater that isn't a part of it, is there still an opportunity for there to comment and participate and listen in and you know, hear about what's coming next? Or are they excluded from participating if they weren't part of the original grant?
I would still love to include them in the discussion, in our next discussion in December.
Okay.
But as far as the feasibility study, it's too late for them to be included in there. But, you know, this is the feasibility study is step one.
Right.
And we hope to expand and do more, and not just with this group, but others in East Harlem as well.
Great. So I'll just follow up with you offline to connect you to Ty Jones, because I think that they are a very important part of our community. And that Marcus Garvey Park, you know, part of our community is a part of East Harlem. And it seems to always end up in CB10 data and activations. And I, you know, would love as part of this group for us to make a concerted effort to include it in its home, which is CB11. Thank you.
Thank you.
G,
The cultural district bill that's before Holden, from, Gibbs includes all these Harlem and part of the 125th Street. So, they're included in the cultural districts bill. They're not necessarily in the discussion about the theater district itself. But, they've been a player for many years. We've been in touch with them. They know what we've been trying to do.
Mhm. Thank you both.
Michelle, how do you distribute your maps?
Joe and I walk around the streets of East Harlem. No, seriously, we have so many partners. We have about, I think, almost 10 partners. And so they put it at their site. Union Settlement has like 20, more than 20 sites. We put it at our site, and we also have it at the small businesses. So we have it at probably 20 locations, small businesses in East Harlem.
Oh,
So far,
Okay.
we've given over almost 2,000 maps away.
How many did you print out?
We printed out 3,000.
Oh, you have 1,000 left. Okay. If you need any help distributing, because I have a point there at East River Plaza, so we deal with all the customers that, you know, use my service there, or at the taxi service itself, even with the taxi drivers, I could distribute. Just to be
That would be
helpful. Because if you go through all the trouble of doing it, you might as well get it to people's hands. So
That'd be great. That's great.
yeah, I'll hopefully get in contact with you tomorrow, and we'll take some off your hands. All right, Michelle, thank you so much. You read our mind.
No, I
Appreciate
raised
you
her
being
hand
here.
again, was there?
Michelle,
No,
also, and I don't know if we've done this in the past from economic development, but with the holidays, it'd be great if Chair, we could consider how we can partner with MTA. So many people come through our district, through the subways, through the buses, through Metro North. And I know you have a limited human capital to do the distribution, but I wouldn't want to be remiss to think about the fact that we're such an important transportation hub, and there are lots of people that would like to support our businesses if they know. So, thank you.
I'm not sure what you mean by MTA. Get someone from the MTA to distribute that? What exactly is the point?
So for example, if we have volunteers that could even the community boards stand at the train station and give them out,
We don't
partner
need
with.
that. I don't think we
Ask
need. the
MTA if MTA has those little holders where they can put out stuff. I've seen MTA do seat drops. I was going to a Yankees game and to the Fordham stop, they had seat drops about the Yankees on that they use their staff and their resources to put on the seats. So just finding ways that we could expand distribution through MTA or Metro North or through the buses to make sure that people coming through the district know and can have access to this information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold it, can I say one last thing? I forgot. 2
course.
seconds. We have a pop-up ice skating rink happening every Friday in December at 104th and Second. So it'll be a pop-up ice skating rink and some small businesses, sort of like a holiday market. So it'll be music, small business selling their products and ice skating rinks for families.
Where is that exactly?
It's at Union Settlements Garden on 104th and Second.
Good to know, thank you. And to brush up my ice skating rink skills. That was pretty good. I don't know about, I'm sure that's not the case. All right, thank you, Michelle. I'll be in touch with you
Shawnee has her
tomorrow.
hand raised.
Who?
Shawnee.
Sure, go ahead.
Hey, hi, Michelle. How you doing? I hope everything is okay. I just wanted to know, is there any way we can grab some of those maps? Because we have a holiday gift back coming up on Monday and a toy gift back coming up soon. So I would love to distribute to the parents so they know what's going on for the holiday season. So maybe I can email you offline to see when we can kind of pick some up.
That would be great.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Michelle. See, everyone's getting along so nicely. It's a holiday spirit. All right, we're gonna continue moving forward. We've got more holiday spirit coming up.
Yay.
I don't think I have anyone else there. We're gonna have to itemize this in the future. So I don't miss anyone. That's good.
We have a hand raised from Moiran Espino.
Who?
Moiran Espino.
Okay.
Hey, good evening, everybody. How you guys doing this evening? Very well. I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Moira Espino. I'm the Senior Business Development Officer at UMES, the Upper Manhattan Empowerment Zone. So I just wanted to pop in and see if I can get on the agenda for our next meeting and possibly just say some of the products that we got going on and connect with the community board as well.
You can email me. I'll just put my email in the chat, okay? Marlene.
Yeah, great. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And we would be happy to have you for next meeting. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, move on. You're not gonna repeat the same thing. Okay, go ahead.
The empowerment zone provides up to $10,000 in grants for doing theater. So we should ask them about that.
Keep it in your pocket, it's coming next month. All right, presentation and discussions. Our small business spotlight unfortunately had a last minute cancellation. We had the Felicia's, but hopefully we'll have her for another time. We have a sponsorship request for the East Harlem Holiday Tree. Miss Kathleen Haskins is here. I see her.
Yeah.
You want me to take this down?
Yeah. There
Hi.
she is.
Hi.
Hi, Kathleen.
I know you stopped for a minute. You said Kathleen Haskins. In East Harlem, I'm known as Kathleen Benson or Kathy Benson.
Yeah.
I worked my entire salaried life at the Museum of the City of New York and got very involved in East Harlem activities. Still am, even though I'm retired now. So, but I never stopped being Kathy Benson in New York, in East Harlem. As a mother, I'm Haskins. On the west side, I'm Haskins. East side, East Harlem, Benson. Anyhow, so nice to see those
We're
of
gonna Google both names, Kathleen.
That's too much. It takes too much
We have
time.
a secret to keep, we like that. All right, go ahead.
Sounds like a 4-act play to me.
Kathleen Benson Haskins is a mouthful. So anyway, nice to see those of you I know. Nice to make the like acquaintance of those of you I don't know. Well, how does this work? The last time I did a PowerPoint presentation, it was in person.
You would have to share your screen.
I would have to share my screen.
Yep.
Oh, good Lord.
Do you need assistance? Do you want to email it to me, Marlene?
I actually did email it to you, Marlene, last week.
Okay, let me check. I don't remember getting it from you, but I'll check.
Okay, let me see. I might be able to do it. I had to do it through Dropbox because it was, but I could do it.
Presentation. Probably have picture.
Shall I try?
Please try, I'm sure you can do it. It's not that hard, you put shared screen, pick the window you want to share, boom.
At the bottom
The
of
green
your
button at the
screen.
bottom.
All right, I see share.
Perfect, so
press
just
it.
click that,
Okay, so I click share.
and then you select the screen you'd like to share.
Mhm. And if you have the presentation open, it's easier.
Go to the PowerPoint.
Okay. I don't know which one it is.
It would help if you have the PowerPoint already.
Did you open it already, the presentation?
It's already open. It's on my screen. The question is, there's a blue one to the left. It says application windows, and then there's a layout to the right. Which one would I do?
Click one, see which one happens.
All right, I'm clicking this and clicking share. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Look at that, you did it, Kathleen.
Yeah, that's my first screen share.
We can add that to your resume.
All right, now Zoom is requesting I bypass the system private window picker. Do I allow that? Or, oh, I better allow that. I don't know what to do.
You can allow it.
Okay.
Haskins can allow it.
All right, okay. So now I've got it in two places, but let's not worry. You look at the bigger one.
Okay.
And let me see.
Put
Can I
slideshow, F5, I think it is.
Okay. Okay. So this is the presentation. Haven't done this, by the way, since 2019.
You're doing great.
And that was in person. And also, Genevieve Andre was with me. Those of you who are veterans of this process know that she's the one who creates the ornaments for the holiday tree from recycled plastic bottles and repurposed CDs. And it's a combination of manufactured items and recycled items. And she's a great believer in environmental stewardship. So, but tonight is just me. And we start out with a picture of Xavier and other members of the
Oh, I thought that was Santa Claus.
other members of CB11 and Jose Serrano, etc. Oh, and the head of of District 4. And then it is the 21st annual East Harlem Holiday Tree. And our sort of theme is that it's spreading its branches and blossoming under the management of Union Settlement Association. Union Settlement has been our fiscal sponsor since 2013. And now it has sort of taken over Michelle and Joe have sort of taken over helping to manage the process. The Holiday Tree Committee is an all-volunteer organization, and we're getting somewhat long in the tooth, although we do have a couple of young members. Some of us have been doing this for many, many, many years, and we just feel that we need some support. The official tree lighting event is scheduled for Friday, December 6th, 6:30 p.m. There's a rain date of December 13th, which we're going to stick to this year. We kind of held the tree lighting event last year in the rain. And it will remain in place until after El Museo del Barrio's Three Kings Day Parade on Monday, January 6, 2025. Happily, the tree will come down on the 7th of January, and that's the last day of Mulch Day, Mulch Fest. And it's great because then the tree installers or de-installers in this case can just take the tree over to Central Park and it will be mulched, and that's good for the environment too. Monica Morales from Pix11 is going to serve as MC for the 3rd time. This is her sort of official Pix11 portrait. That photograph is from, I think, 2019. Entertainment at the tree lighting event is going to include the Chinese lion dancer, who was a big hit last year, even in the rain. And also an elementary school elementary grade drumming group from East Harlem Tutorial, and also the ever famous Planeros del Barrio under the direction of Aurora Flores. The 23rd Precinct Community Council will again give out toys, as they have for many years. And as I said, Genevieve is not today. Today I was hard at work sort of preparing ornaments that she has created in the past. I was just sort of spiffing them up a little bit. But this is the sort of thing she does. The one on the left looks kind of like a, oh golly, I always forget. It looks like a fish that swims. Jellyfish. Jellyfish, thank you very much. Jellyfish. And then the green one on the right is an example of a green bottle that she has cut. And then she always adds something like tassels. I put a lot of tassels on ornaments today. The tree does enjoy a significant community support, but this year the fundraising is as difficult as it was during COVID. And I don't know, people will say things are tight. And it would appear that they are, because there are some funders who've been supporting us forever who can't do it this year. The ones that have either committed or actually already made contributions are the ones on this list. Oh, there's Kathleen Benson Haskins. There I am, both East Side and West Side. A couple of those are actually just pledges, but we're pretty sure that they've said they're going to help this year. So we're going to take their word for it. We have also, of course, in-kind supporters, among them East Harlem Tutorial, Hope Community, Franklin Plaza, Ponce Bank, and of course, Union Settlement Association. Just so you know, I mean, I think I've probably given the same, included the same slide in previous ones. People who, donors who give 500 or more do get their logo on the poster, the funders poster that is displayed at the tree site. And there is CB11M, sorry, top row, 3rd from right. This year's flyers.
Send you a better logo, Kathleen.
Huh?
I said, I'm gonna have to send you a better logo. Mine is right next to CB11, but it's like a little pixelated. I'll send you a better one.
Okay, I would appreciate that very much. Okay. We like to have ones that aren't pixelated, but anyway, the this year our really wonderful graphic designer Melinda Velez had some family issues and wasn't able. Moreover, her computer just stopped working. She had to go to Texas with a relative, and when she came back, her computer was working again. But in the meantime, we needed a flyer, and that's one nice thing about working so closely with Union Settlement now, that Union Settlement's graphic designers were able to make us a really nice flyer, and here it is in English and Espanol. This is the committee from 2019 funny thing is ordinarily we are running around so much that we forget we should have a picture taken of the whole group, and it just doesn't happen. So this is one from 2019. Some of us are still working in the trenches, and in fact, there's Monica Morales, Aurora Flores, Eve Valenzuela, yours truly, Carmen Vasquez, and Genevieve in the front row to the left, all still working hard. Thank you. We hope you'll continue to support us. We know you've been very generous in the past, and we appreciate whatever you have done, no matter what your decision is this time. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you.
Now I suppose, now what do I do? Stop share? Is there a stop share?
Exactly. So
Okay.
you're pro now.
No, but I can't find stop share, so I'm not a pro yet.
You're gonna press the share again and it'll turn it off.
It's okay, I did it for you.
I honestly don't see the.
Usually we.
Well, let me just get rid of it this way. Oh, there you are. You can see my.
The
Oh,
amount that we
share.
usually give is.
Sorry. I did it. Okay. Yes?
So Kathleen, the amount that we usually give you is how much?
$500.
500, right?
That would be very, very much appreciated.
Right, so.
It
just
has
for-
been more in the past. It has also been about the same.
Okay.
We'd be very happy with $500. And that would get your logo on the funders poster.
Okay. Do we, any other questions before we do a motion? Eugene, any questions? It's quite a beautiful tree. It's
Nine has
beautiful
a hand
event. Nine?
Just was curious how much, and you may have said this, does it cost to do this each year?
Oh, I just happen to have somewhere the budget. Happily, another reason why it's very nice to be under the wing of Union Settlement is that they have found a place for us to store the ornament materials, the electrical board, the sign, the tents, et cetera, at no cost. Just between January and June, that cost us $3,000
Wow.
storage. So, so it cost us $3,000 this year, but next year it'll be free. And we didn't have to pay another $3,000 for the other 6 months. It is roughly estimated total about 16,200. The quick breakdown, the tree now is 7,500. It goes up a little bit, about 10% every year. Because the tree topper that Genevieve made, and we were using since the quinceanera of the tree, is finally bit the dust, and she isn't capable of doing another one. So the tree provider is going to give us one for 200. So that's 7,700. Insurance is something over 600. Printing, banner, poster, program printing, 670. Website expense, 272. Ornament workshop supplies, maybe 250. Generator, have to rent a generator for the tree lighting event, that's 85. Photographer, 500. The Pleneros, 500. Chinese dragon dancer, 500. Meals, taxis, tips for the tree decorators, adds up. So 16,200
Thank
roughly.
you.
You're welcome.
So now, I will, Eugene, your motion,
Motion to support the tree lighting to the tune of $500.
any seconds?
Yeah, second, yeah.
Okay.
Some yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any present not voting? Any abstentions? Okay, the ayes have it. I will kind of sort out a procedure because of Thanksgiving, the full board came before us. Technically, this should have gone to full board. So I'll call Xavier when this is done, because we'll have to kind of do approval through the chair, maybe I'm not sure how to do it. So that this can be done
Right.
prior,
Yeah.
because they need it
Yeah.
soon. Kathleen, I'll reach out tomorrow. I responded to your email. I see, this is the problem when you open an email and you don't respond right away. So
Okay,
tomorrow
great.
we'll talk, and then I'll do my donation that I do yearly.
All right,
But
but don't worry about the procedures and all. For some reason, I could not do the October one. I have an older brother who has Alzheimer's, and he's in Tennessee. And my younger brother who lives in Maine, and I who live in New York, had to go to Tennessee to try to sort some things out because he's bound and determined he's going to stay in Tennessee. So, long story short, I could not make the October meeting. And that would have made it better, easier for you to bring it to the full board.
no worries, we know you come every year, you do amazing work, so we always look forward to having you here regardless of the time. And, you know,
Thanks for having me.
family comes first regardless of these situations, right? Because that's what we are in the community, we're family. So we're gonna move forward. Everybody's happy, everyone's settled. We're getting
Thank you
into-
all one more time.
Thank you.
Cheer, cheer, cheer.
Right, our next presentation is Citizens NYC, nonprofit dedicated to supporting grassroots leaders through grants for community projects through the 5 boroughs. Who do we have?
Good evening, council members. Carlos is unable to attend, so I'll be taking his place. My name is Jose Dobles, and I'm the VP of Programs at Citizens NYC.
Oh, happy to have you, Jose.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm unable to share my screen or start my video, so I'm not sure if you folks can give me those privileges.
Marlene just gave it to you.
Cool, thank you. Let's see if I can. Sorry, folks. Just pulling this up. Okay.
Worries.
Great. So I'm representing citizens. Can everyone see the presentation?
Yes. And we hear you a little on the loud side, just so you can adjust it a little, or we're adjusting it? Okay.
Yes.
You folks are just okay. I apologize, folks. I am loud though, generally.
There we go. Go ahead.
So Citizens Committee for New York City has been around for close to 50 years. Our mission is to support grassroots community leaders to transform the city they have into the one they want. And we do that primarily through our micro grants programs and also our capacity building workshops. Last year, just to kind of give you some context around our work, last year we received over 2,000 applications for our grants. We awarded over 200 grants. As you can see, we're represented in almost every city council district. Most of our applicants are volunteers, and we are in all 5 boroughs. And there's 2 grant opportunities I want to share with you folks. And I'm hoping, really, so what I'm hoping to get out of this conversation is just your best thinking on how to best promote our grant opportunities to your constituents and the larger community. So we have 2 grants. Our community leaders grant on the left is for small nonprofits, volunteer groups, and schools. The grant is up to $5,000. What I love about this particular grant opportunity is it's open to 2 or more people or more, right? Literally, it could be volunteers. If 2 folks have an idea for something they want to do in their community, they're eligible for this grant opportunity. If you are a nonprofit, your budget has to be under $250,000 a year. And schools are eligible regardless of their budget. So a lot, and these projects, we're not an issue-based organization. So for example, the group that spoke right before me, they'd be great to apply for this grant. And I think one of the great things about this, besides it being sort of open to everybody, is you could submit as many applications as you have ideas for. So if you have 6 programmatic ideas, submit 6 applications, right? So it really is a grant for, like I said, most of our folks are volunteers. This is their first grant that they've ever received. So it really is filling this like really unique niche role of folks who would be ineligible for traditional funding from larger foundations and philanthropic organizations. On the right-hand side, you'll see our neighborhood business grant. Very similar to the community leaders grant. This is for small businesses, and we consider a small business 10 or fewer employees have to be in operation for at least 2 years. And this funding is really for folks who are trying to engage their community in interesting ways. So for example, we had one restaurant that applied for the money for the Green Streets program or the Closed Streets program, where they hired jazz musicians to perform, had games for kids. We had local laundromats use this funding to subsidize free laundry services to the local school. So this is really for businesses that want to get creative of engaging their community and kind of lower the cost of those things for themselves. So some folks even just they offer their space to local community groups, and they'll use the money to provide food or any other support that the community group might need while they're in their space. It does not go for rent, utilities, taxes, etc. The neighborhood business grant, you could only apply once per year, as opposed to community leaders grant, which you could submit multiple ideas for a project. And just to kind of give folks a heads up of our application cycle, the grant, it went live a few weeks ago, November 4th. The first deadline is February 7th, and we expect the funding to be out in April, May. And then we have a second cycle, which starts May 25th. Folks have 11 months to use the funding we give, and the funding can actually be used to reimburse folks for projects they already did. Because sometimes, like we work with a lot of community gardens, and so their work is seasonal, and sometimes our stuff doesn't line up exactly like they need it, so it's fine to reimburse themselves. And all of this is tracked in a final report that grantee partners submit, where they basically break down how they use the funding and whether or not they were successful in terms of meeting their stated goals. We don't tell folks whether or not they're successful. In their application, they tell us what their expectations are and what goals they hope to meet, and then we just hold folks accountable to the goals they set for themselves. And then finally, this is my contact information. Folks can feel free to email me. So like I said, we're designed for really sort of first time folks who are interested in getting started, volunteer groups. So in that spirit, we host regular office hours every Wednesday at 3 p.m. You can go to our website and we will walk folks through the application process. So we have staff there. 3 p.m. You can RSVP through our website, and someone will walk you through the whole application. And if you still need help, we do one-on-one sessions. We're really trying to guide folks through this process. We want to demystify the grant writing process, right? So that folks who typically would say, "Oh, I'm not a good writer," they'd apply. And that is my spiel. I will yield the balance of my time for any questions.
Thank you, Jose. Has anyone from our community, East Harlem, ever received one of your grants?
Yes, several. I actually could get you very specific data around that. I don't have it accessible right now. I apologize. I was just covering for a colleague who's out sick. But yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And it's been a mix of volunteer groups, nonprofits, and small businesses from your
That's
district.
great to hear. We have a question from Shanika, left top corner.
Hi, everyone. So, hey. So I just wanted to speak on behalf of the nonprofit, my nonprofit, Art in the Park. We have been successful in receiving grants from Citizens Committee of New York. So it is a great program, especially with smaller nonprofits or smaller groups, especially doing a lot of work in the parks. So it is definitely an opportunity for people that may want to just start and get a little bit of funding to help them continue the work that they're doing.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And also, another thing to sort of remember is we really try to support our folks once they get the grant. We really provide tons of resources. We hold regular capacity building workshops based on the needs of our grantees. So we survey our grantee partners, and then we compile a list of sort of the main areas they want to strengthen their skills in. And then we partner with either corporate partners or other nonprofit folks to bring workshops to our grantee partners to really kind of help them sustain their work beyond, the small grants that we offer.
It's great to have someone from the community have received a grant though, Jose, so we appreciate what you did there. Anne Marie has a question.
Is it possible that we can get that presentation?
Sure, yeah, I can email it to you folks.
Thank you.
And also, feel free to bring me wherever you want me. I am more than, our staff is always down to go into the community and do in-person workshops for folks. And like I said, I wanted to keep this brief, but typically when we present, we actually show examples of strong applications so folks can get a sense of the types of things we fund. And if you go to our website, citizensnyc.com or .org, sorry, citizensnyc.org, you can see a list of all our grantee partners, and you can actually filter by neighborhood, community district, all that stuff, and you can actually see a project snapshot of what they're getting funded to do. So that's all accessible on our website.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Jose.
Thank you, Mr.
Do we have any other
Thank you,
questions?
folks.
Jose, thank you for being here, and we look forward to working. We look forward to you helping these organizations that, you know, are very necessary to the community and they need the help. So we thank you.
No, I appreciate you folks taking time to speak with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool, right?
Very cool.
Very cool. Woo. Okay. So we move forward now. That was the end of our presentations. Old business, we had some goals that we wanted. We worked well on the goals. We still, I believe that we should start an email chain between us so we can see how we can expand. We kind of like we've been doing small business outlook, which is great, but also things like this where like it's bigger business and reaches more people. Kind of planning, something similar to like what Eugene did, right? Eugene is working on this theater district, which would be amazing. It's gonna be a lot of work. It's been working on it for many years. You know, we'll give them support, but hopefully we can do that, expanding, you know, for instance, one of our goals was what Union Settlement did for the holidays, which was to have a map, right, and show the businesses. So I think partnering with Union Settlement and expanding that map to more would be great too, because they can go through expenses of printing and we can do the legwork for them. It's always difficult, right? Getting all these small businesses isn't always as easy as you would think. Like if they're always busy, they're always doing something, it's very involved.
Would we ever give money towards like the printing or the distribution to
We
Union
have a
Settlement?
certain amount of money allocated, but
Maybe to co-brand it or something?
yeah, we've used it, for instance, in public safety, we use it for the forum that we do, and
Mhm.
we use it toward food at the forum, or usually the event space is free, thankfully.
Mhm.
So, last year we gave, I believe this committee gave it toward, the Uptown Grand Central event.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful event, the closed streets event. I think that's what this committee did with that. And a lot of committees did with that event. Unfortunately, it rained, I think that day, but. So we can't control the weather. Hasn't gotten that much rain. We've never seen a bushfire in the Bronx over in Jersey. We would say, luckily today, it rained.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't have to see that happen. We'll start getting California vibes.
Yeah. Terrible.
But, we'll continue doing the work. We still have a lot of work to do in this committee. I'm gonna reach out to make sure that we have more job development programs come in. Luckily, we have great, visuals here, the Queen of North Philly. You work on the workforce, if we can have them come in, not so much as just, a member here, but to give us full presentation of everything they do and how they work, but they can get kids to have like, not just minimum wage jobs, but a real career construction, motion training, put them on a set path so that they can be, living the kind of life that we want them to live. But not everyone knows about these programs. I think that the biggest issue we have in East Harlem is that we have a tremendous amount of programs. People don't really know about this. That information isn't always so easily given out. We need to work, we need to be better in that respect so that people can know what they need and what they have. The other day there was a program, someone asked me and I sent them to the council, deputy speaker, the Yama's office, and they helped them right away and put them in the program that they needed. It's really like, that person was very grateful and they were happy, but they never knew about it. Honestly, I didn't know. I just sent them. I was like, look, if anyone can help you for this, I'm sure she can. And they worked out thankfully, but I think if we continue to do that work, the businesses, it would be very beneficial. And I hope all of you have an amazing Thanksgiving. By the time I see you again, I hope you lose 5-10 pounds, enough time, let's say 5 pounds. Stay calm. We gotta stay healthy. You also have to eat during, Thanksgiving. Go ahead, Mark.
I just want to share, and I was looking at the website from our previous presenter, Citizens of New York City, and one of the grants for this year is from Sapporo. And according, I'm guessing this is Giselle, I want to conduct a pilot program called Feast on the East to market East Harlem. It will showcase businesses using traditional marketing tools like billboards on the West Side Highway, FDR, Major Deegan, and Cross Bronx Expressway. Then I guess there's a word limit because it says we will also advertise whatever it is. And then it says,
Yeah, but it's pretty cool to see businesses in our community, being resourceful, using the grant, because these grants, this money's just there.
Yeah.
So
You don't
true.
even know the money's there.
So true.
So now, like, you have a nonprofit, it could interest you, it could, push it forward. There's a lot of things that can happen, and people that want to do the good work can take advantage of these kind of opportunities. And I'm happy that she's still always doing something, she's always busy.
See that there? And where's Mission Garden? If somebody's trying to get that reopened, or more seating and shade. It's Mission Garden in this town.
It could be one of our community, like our. He's looking at America and John Center, and Puerto Rican something.
The rainbow.
Little pale here, and she's all like coming with her Puerto Rican glow.
Thank you. It's like 2 days of sun out of 14.
I know, right? I heard that. And this, this time of year is always tricky. Does anyone do want to discuss and speak with our commissioner already and the other, comments, questions? This is a time for us to kind of chat about any. And we'll be working together every month, I look forward to working with you. It's a great group. Very thorough on what they do. The committee board, it's a lot of work that we do, but it's a little bit of the community. So I hope all of you give yourself the kudos that you deserve, because a lot of other things you could be doing with your time. So with that regard, let's take our roll call and we will adjourn.
Full day off tomorrow.
President.
Mark Biggerstein,
President.
Marcel Bondino, present. Samantha Pedro. Present. Eugene Rodriguez,
Here.
Vincent Torres. Jenny Chomsky. Anne Marie Baxter. Present. Maya Whitaker,
Present.
Shawnee Wolford,
Here.
and Jason. Thanks.
You. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.